Starting this video today with a shout out to Anon Wymus for commenting first over the weekend. There you are, my 1 minute chart. Comment first and you can be one of these people, and I'll keep you on my chart. Today we saw the market open with a gap up, which was nice. I did anticipate this run up this morning going straight up to these inverted head and shoulders target that I calculated on Friday. That's exactly what we saw happen. We saw a run up, and then the price surpassed it, consolidated around it, and rejected. Came up, tested that level again, and then rejected. And this large dump ensued. The price continued to fall all the way down to an ultimate low of $40.29. The $40 region providing support again for the 10th millionth time, of course. Implied volatility during that sell-off did drop. I do want to draw attention to what is happening to implied volatility at market open. As you can see, there's a spike, and this has been happening a lot. Right at open, the implied volatility spikes, and then there's a sell-off, and the IV is brought back down. We did see the price recover in the afternoon trading, and the IV showing some strength as well. Volume picked up, and I anticipate that to be a bullish sign for tomorrow. Ultimately, though, on the daily chart, we did see a high wave. Mostly that just signals indecision in the marketplace, and we've seen a few of those in the last month, and they've been pretty bullish. The day did end in the oversold region of the RSI. As you can see here, the line turns blue when it passes under 30. I do not think that this is bad at all. This is telling us that the price did end on the low side of the momentum, so I'm happy. I think going into tomorrow, we're going to see another bounce up. The 15-minute chart is not very clear right now. I thought we saw this broadening top shaping up and then an ascending broadening wedge within that broadening top. And what we saw was a breakout to the downside of the ascending broadening wedge, and then the price did not reach the price target. This could be a very bullish sign. It could be that this pattern did break down and the low for that has already been put in. And if that is true, this is bullish. And what we're seeing today is a test of that downward pressure. And you can almost see this line of support here. And it is trending upward. Your implied volatility on the 15-minute is starting to recover, regain some ground from the damage done from the gap down from the after hours or pre-market between 11.8 and 11.9. It's good to see this going up. I've been talking about this and watching its impact on options contracts lately. Moving forward in the 15-minute chart, I'm looking for a clear sign of direction. As long as the price is moving between this $45 and $40 area, nothing is really certain. I do want to do one thing though. Okay, maybe not that. I want to show this pennant I see, or this triangle I see shaping up. Right there, just like that. Alright, I wish I had a blank chart. Let's get one of the dinosaurs in there. Yeah, it's like he's got a giant horn or something. So we got 1 touch point, 2 touch points, and then 3 touch points. We got 2 of those touch points today, so we have a new pattern. I'm not sure on which chart I want to put this, but it's definitely there. And this just means we're in consolidation again. You're going to see this inverted head and shoulders here. It's a complex inverted head and shoulders pretty clearly. And the breakout was to the upside, and certainly the target was met. In fact, there's that neckline. And the target is pretty easy to come up with. You take the neckline to the head, you take that distance, and you just apply it to the breakout price. Alright, right there. And so you can see that this inverted head and shoulders, similarly to today's, run, reached a price target, surpassed it, and then let go of it. This is really interesting. I think that this inverted head and shoulders here and this inverted head and shoulders here are two really good signs that strength is coming back into this stock, that the bottom is definitely in. And it wouldn't surprise me though to see another little dip, right? Like, why not? Let's just do one more, because it seems like there's going to be a million of these and never going to end. How many dinosaurs am I going to have to draw, I'm going to have to make a friend for them. In fact, I think I see where the eyes are going to be. I think I can do 2. Here, let's do this. Let's make one of these dinosaurs. Let's just take these. Maybe I can put some eyes in here. Yeah, there we go. Can I get the other one? Okay, we're going to... Oh, this is tricky because it's black. It disappears into my charts. There's an eye, right? Maybe I can do an eye there and an eye here. Anyway, maybe I'll finish that up and make the thumbnail. The 4-hour chart is probably the clearest chart I have right now besides my daily. The double bottom, shown in yellow, is waffling in this perfect triangle that I drew forever ago. And I just drew that triangle out of kind of frustration because it'd just be the overly obvious thing to happen. Price wants to go up. Oh, no. It's not going to go up. It's going to consolidate again. That's the way this has been going for a long time. So it was a pretty easy thing to guess. Today, we see some big, tall action, which is nice. It almost completely reaches to the top and bottom of these trend lines, a little bit of space on each side. I mean, realistically, each of these trend lines could be a little tighter. If I line these up with the bodies of candles instead of the tips of the tails and the wicks, then we saw a complete range. That complete range met today, which is telling me we're ready to see this thing shape up and out. 1, 2, 3 touches, 1, 2, 3 touches. This is we're probably at about 60% through the length of this pattern, so per Volkowski, we're likely to see that breakout soon, and most likely it's going to be to the upside, given that this is coming out of a bottoming pattern, and we're looking for a price target up in the 50s, $51.40. Still waiting for that to happen. It's been a long time. I've been watching this chart. I like it, but it is slow. On the daily chart, we see the ascending triangle filling and the bounce, the price moving just as I anticipated to from 3 days ago. I said, we're going to come down, we're going to test this level, we're going to bounce up, and that's exactly what we're seeing. At least the body of today's candle was above the body of yesterday's candle, and we did see a higher high and a higher low from the day previous. And also, today's high was higher than Friday's. That's a good sign. Though we didn't hold that level, I think breaking back up into that area above $42 is going to signal the momentum to start a run. We are only days away from my November 26th breakout date of this triangle, which is really just an extension from my November 9th breakout date. Just as always, we have a pattern that wants to break out, but no, the price is going to go into consolidation first, and this has just been what's been going on. I swear, it started with a falling wedge that wanted to break out, and it got thrown into a symmetrical triangle before the price was allowed to move out. And now that the price is ready to break out of that triangle, now it's in an ascending triangle. It's almost like the price, the momentum from the bulls wants to push the price up, and there's just as much effort pushing it down and trying to keep it down. But honestly, I think that because the bulls have been able to push every consolidation cycle back into a bullish position, really shows that the shorts are going to have to start thinking about closing. All right, and that is going to be a big deal. It's not going to be all of them. I think it's going to only be a small portion, but it's going to start that momentum, and it's going to light that options chain on fire. When those deep in the money calls get exercised, that volume on the New York Stock Exchange can throw the price super high, especially when you have volume as low as we've seen today. Look at today. We only had 28 million in volume. Or that was the average. It was, 28 million, and the average is at 37 million. Of course, the last 3 days have been super low, so it was good to see that volume tick back up. Let's have a look at the RSI, because it was looking a little wishy-washy. We saw the bounce come in here, and I was very pleased to see this, and today we see that momentum, that upward momentum continue. The RSI does not show any sign of weakness today. The candle was red, and it is a high wave candle. As I say, the length of the tail and the wick are much longer than the body, but honestly, it looks like we're in an uptrend in terms of RSI. And seeing that bounce at this level, above 45 is bullish. So it looks like the momentum is starting to build, starting to take off, and we almost have that confirmed by this rise in implied volatility. Today we did see it tick downwards, but it's certainly not going to be anywhere near the low from previously. I'm looking to see this trend become more severe, for that to go up higher, like in a more acute way. So I think moving forward, we're going to have a good time watching this stock. I think the clock is ticking. We're in double, triple, quadruple overtime in terms of upward breakouts, and the price targets just point upwards. It's all a matter of patience at this point. I'm going to hold on hold off from updating about my simulated trades until there is a big move or a significant difference in the position. So that's what I got for today's video. If you want to be on my charts, comment first and leave a comment if you like.